If you're thinking about building a compact powerhouse with the ASUS ROG STRIX B860-I, buckle up, because what I'm about to reveal might just change your mind. This mini-ITX motherboard promises next-gen tech like DDR5 support, PCIe 5.0, and Wi-Fi 7 at a competitive $199.99 price point. But here's what surprised me. It's not all sunshine and rainbows inside this sleek little beast. You might expect flawless performance and future-proofing, but there are some real problems lurking beneath the surface that could make or break your build. So should you buy it? Let's dive in. First off, let me paint the picture for gamers and PC enthusiasts looking for a tiny board with big ambitions. The ASUS ROG STRIX B860-I is marketed as the future-ready mini-ITX go-to for Intel's latest Core Ultra processors. That means you're getting a socket designed specifically for powerhouse 13th and 14th gen chips, wrapped in a thermal design that's supposed to keep temps low during those intense gaming or AI workloads. And yes, it features ASUS exclusive AI-driven features like AI Advisor and AI Networking II to optimize gaming latency and memory tuning. Sounds like the perfect recipe, right? Here's the kicker. Despite the polish and powerful specs, the board's power delivery and thermal solutions still hit a few roadblocks that could affect long-term reliability and performance stability. And before you start yelling, "build fails," stay tuned, because I'm not just here to throw shade. I've tested this board under different loads and have straightforward insights you won't find in marketing jargon. Whether you're an ITX fanatic or just here to see if this board lives up to the hype, I'll break down every essential detail so you can decide if it's worth your hard-earned cash. Let's kick off with the power solution. ASUS packs the B860i with an impressive 1080A plus 180A plus 280A plus 180A power stage setup, pro-grade alloy chokes, and premium caps. A mouthful, sure, and on paper, it looks solid for pushing Intel's top CPUs. But here's the twist. The compact mini-ITX form factor squeezes a lot of heavy-duty VRMs onto a tiny PCB, which leads to uneven heat dispersion despite the massive heat sinks. That L-shaped heat pipe and high-conductivity thermal pads are clever additions, but once you push high-end CPUs with sustained loads, temperatures tend to spike quicker than expected. Translation: your CPU might thermal throttle sooner than on larger ATX boards. Now, if you're building a mini rig and wondering if you need crazy overclocking headroom, well, this board is not your best friend for that. While the ASUS AI Advisor offers software-guided tweaks for optimization, you'll find manual overclocking options limited by these thermal and power constraints. So hardcore gamers or content creators looking to squeeze every ounce of performance with heavy sustained workloads might find this board falling short. Think of it as the tortoise in a rabbit race, reliable but not for outright speed demons. Switching gears to connectivity. A major selling point for the B860i, it boasts Wi-Fi 7, which is futuristic as it sounds, promising ultra-low latency and lightning-fast wireless speeds. The PCIe 5.0 x16 safe slot is great news for next-gen GPUs, ensuring future-proof GPU upgrades without bottlenecks. You even get Thunderbolt 4 support for high-speed data transfer and versatile connectivity with external devices like displays and storage. This makes the board a multitasker's dream under the hood, but the story isn't flawless. Here's a question. With Wi-Fi 7 still in its infancy, how reliable is the wireless connection? Early adopters have reported inconsistent antenna performance and occasional dropouts on some router models. So while you get a cutting-edge spec, real-world consistency might not be what you expect, making wired Ethernet still your safest bet for competitive gaming or streaming. What about memory? The B860i supports DDR5 RAM, which is essential for squeezing out Intel's latest architecture benefits. ASUS DIMM Fit and AEMP III technology help simplify memory setup and enhance stability, an absolute plus for those who get nervous handling BIOS tweaks. But funny enough, DDR5 modules can run hot, and this board's cooling doesn't do as much to keep RAM temps in check, so you're sometimes stuck balancing heat output across CPU and memory. Not ideal, but a compromise to expect for such a compact design. At this point, you might be wondering if there's any redeeming quality left. Lucky for all of us, the aesthetics and overall build quality shine through vividly. ASUS signature ROG design with a sleek integrated I/O cover and aggressive heatsinks makes it look like a premium piece of hardware, perfect for a showpiece mini gaming rig. I mean, it even made me want to name my PC the Heatwave, just for all the heat it manages to produce, which is a funny way to admit, yes, it runs warm. And speaking of humor, here's a joke. Why did the motherboard go to therapy? Because it couldn't handle the heat. But seriously, the B860i's thermal shortcomings could be a deal breaker for users in warmer climates or those with limited case airflow. So if you're a compact case builder, make sure your chassis is up to the task, or else you'll be hearing your CPU fans louder than a rock concert. What about price? At $199.99, the ASUS ROG STRIX B860-I sits in a sweet spot for mini-ITX boards with bleeding-edge features. It's competitive compared to other premium ITX options, giving you pricey tech like PCIe 5.0 and Thunderbolt 4 without breaking the bank. The 4.5-star Amazon rating reflects solid user satisfaction, but with a mix of reviews highlighting the very issues I'm bringing up here: heat management, occasional firmware quirks, and limited overclocking headroom. This brings us to the overall experience. If you're a mainstream gamer who wants a compact board supporting the latest Intel CPUs without insane overclocking plans, the B860i performs admirably. It powers your AI-enhanced gaming sessions, embraces DDR5 speeds, and gets you ready for next-gen components without major compromises. But if you're a power user craving extreme overclocking, flawless wireless performance, and cutting-edge thermal headroom, you may want to consider alternatives or prepare to invest heavily in aftermarket cooling. Still, the ASUS AI Advisor is one of those neat software tools that actually makes setting up your memory and network easier, helpful if you're not that experienced. Think of it as your motherboard's personal coach, whispering sweet nothings like, "Hey, try this RAM profile," or "Beware, your GPU's feeling lonely without PCIe 5.0. Okay, I made up the last part, but you get the joke. By now you might be asking, should I buy it or not? Here's a little rehook. What if I told you the ASUS ROG STRIX B860-I is perfect for a certain niche, yet problematic for others? The catch lies in your build goals. For compact PC enthusiasts prioritizing aesthetics, next-gen readiness, and solid mid-tier gaming or AI workloads, this board is a gem despite a few flaws. However, if you plan high-power overclocks or push performance boundaries under extreme heat conditions, you might encounter frustration sooner than later. To wrap this up positively, ASUS strikes a fine balance between cutting-edge features and compact mini-ITX convenience at a fair price. If you appreciate future-proof connectivity like PCIe 5.0 and Thunderbolt 4 wrapped in a stylish design with solid AI enhancements, the B860i is worth serious consideration. Just mind the thermal constraints and be prepared to optimize your cooling setup for a long-lasting performance build. Remember, no product is perfect, especially in the tiny ITX world where innovation and design squeeze often cause trade-offs. But if you're on the hunt for a reliable, future-ready motherboard with smart AI features, this ASUS board delivers more than enough bang for your buck, and then some. Plus, for anyone skeptical about the heat, just think of it as your PC's way of saying it's passionate about performance. Who knew motherboards had personality? Before you go cracking open your wallet, check out the link in the description for the best current price on Amazon. Grab it while stocks last or until better mini-ITX beasts come knocking on the door. And hey, if this video helped you avoid a build disaster or pointed you to a great motherboard, hit like and subscribe for more honest tech reviews. I'm here to save your PC dreams, one product at a time. Because let's face it, no one wants to build a rig that sounds like a jet engine on takeoff. Oh, one last joke to leave you with. Why don't motherboards ever get lost? Because they always have their BIOS to guide them. Alright, gamer friends, build smart, game hard, and I'll catch you in the next review.